Hey everyone, Karen Dubs here, FlexibleWarrior.com. Today's segment is special for my friends at Charm City Run here in the Baltimore area. So if you're a runner, it's important to strengthen your core too. So today it's going to be a little, about 10 minutes, and we're going to do a little core strengthening and some hip openers too. Both amazing things to do if you're a runner. So I hope you'll join me. You can start in a kneeling position. You can do this stuff, by the way, without a yoga mat if you don't have one. Hands underneath shoulders, knees under hips. So we're going to inhale and lift the tailbone, drop the rib cage, open the chest and heart, moving in from cat to cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, hollow the belly, and then what I want you to do is curl the tailbone under and lift the knees up. Take a deep breath in, and then release the knees back down, lift the tailbone up, open the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, curl the toes under, and lift the knees up an inch or two. You should feel your core engaged as you do that. Take a deep breath, and let's do that one more time. So release the knees down. Inhale, point the toes, lift the tailbone, open the chest and heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine up to the sky, curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps up, feel that core strong. Take a very deep breath in. And this time we're going to lift straight into downward facing dog from there. So lift the hips up to the sky. This is such a great stretch for the calves and the ankles. I highly recommend all runners do a little downward dog. And by the way, I have a complete playlist, Yoga for Runners playlist, on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out as well. So take one more breath in your downward dog. And then what we're going to do is round as you shift forward. So think of that cat pose you just did. So shift your weight forward, rounding your spine. So feel your tailbone tuck under, and then lift back up into downward facing dog as you push back. Take a deep breath in and out through the nose. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round your spine, shift your weight forward. So it's a plank pose, but a more of a rounded spine just for this particular plank. And then lift back up into downward facing dog. Get a good stretch up and back. Take a deep breath in. And then one more time just like that. So round your spine like you're doing that cat pose as you shift your weight forward, drawing your shoulders over your elbows and wrists. You should feel your core here. Take a deep breath in. And then go ahead and push back into downward dog. So what we're going to do next is just shift from downward dog to plank pose. So you're going to take a deep breath in your downward dog. Exhale, shift forward to plank. So regular plank. So your straight line from your shoulders to your hips to your heels. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. So shift straight forward to plank, not rounding your spine now. And then use your core to lift your hips all the way up and back into downward dog. Let's do that one more time. Shift forward to plank and exhale into downward facing dog. Now I'm going to give you a challenge. You can take it or leave it. Shift forward to your plank again, and then maybe you can shift straight into upward facing dog. Oh, hello. Maybe your animals or your kids are joining you. So upward facing dog is such a great chest opener. And now really use your core to lift your hips back up into downward facing dog. Not easy if you're not used to doing that. Let's practice it a few more times. So shift forward to plank. You can just stop in plank and go straight to downward dog, or you can shift to the tops of your feet, pointing your toes, open your chest, take a big breath, use your core to lift your hips back up into downward facing dog. Now from here, let's do a pigeon stretch. So you're going to take your right leg and lift it to the sky. If you want to, you can bend that knee and kick it open, and then just bring that right knee to your right wrist, coming into pigeon stretch. So you want to protect your knees, right? Because these knees are really, really important. So if you feel the stretch in your knee, I need you to come out of it and maybe just take a rest. If you're feeling it in your hip, then that's what we're looking for. So you can go ahead and bring your forearms down and stretch for a few breath cycles in your pigeon stretch. So feeling a nice deep stretch in your right hip. Take one more very deep breath, enjoy your stretch. And then we're going to do a forearm plank with next, which is such a great strengthener for runners. So you're going to curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, and then slide your right foot back to meet your left foot. And by the way, I want your big toes together to touch in your forearm plank so you can really squeeze to the midline. And then let's take two more breaths here and just drop your right knee and squeeze it straight, and drop your left knee and squeeze it straight. You can release both knees down. You're going to come all the way down to your stomach. Maybe scoot your critter out of your way. Reach back, grab the top of your right foot with your right hand, stretch out that quad. Take a really deep breath there. Should feel good. And then go ahead and release and switch. Grab your left foot with your left hand, stretching out that quad. You can rest your forehead onto your hands if you like. And then go ahead and release that. Now, hands are gonna slide under shoulders. You're gonna pull your belly in and up, squeeze your kneecaps straight. If you can come up through a push-up, do that. You can do a bent knee or a straight leg push-up and hinge back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out through your nose. And then your left leg can lift up to the sky. You'll take a deep breath in and bring your left knee to your left wrist. Coming into that pigeon stretch again. So we get that nice stretch through the hip. You can release down. Again, protect your knees, so I don't want you to feel it in the knee. If you are, you can always do a modification of this pigeon and lie down on your back and do like a regular like figure 4 stretch instead of pigeon in this direction. So wherever you are, take a couple nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then you're going to curl your right toes under, squeeze your right knee straight, slide your left foot back to meet your right foot so you're in this forearm plank again. Wonderful way to strengthen the core. Feel as if you're a straight line from your shoulders to your hips to your heels. Drop your right knee down, tap, squeeze it straight. Drop your left knee down, tap, squeeze it straight, and come all the way down to your stomach then. So from here, I want you to reach back, and if you can, grab the tops of both feet into your hands. Open up the quads as you stretch the toes to the sky. Take a big breath in. Such a great way to stretch the whole front line of the body. And then release it down. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. So curl your toes, come up for a straight leg push-up if you can. Bent knees to spine as well. And then sit back into downward facing dog. Take one more nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release your knees down. So one more thing, we're gonna lie down on your back, hug your knees into your chest, and just pull the thighs close to your rib cage. Rock a little bit from right to left. Should feel good. And then from there, you're going to take your feet straight up to the sky, extend your legs as straight as you can. So you should feel your quads engaging and opening up your hamstrings. You're going to take your hands and put them right underneath your sacrum low back. And then you're going to inhale, lower your legs all the way down to the ground. Exhale, lift all the way back up, and try not to use any momentum. So you're lowering and lifting with your breath. And you're getting a stretch at the top, and you're strengthening in both directions. Good, let's do 3 more just like that. Lower, and lift, and 2, and lift. This is your last one. And lift. Now a little modification from that. One last thing. You're gonna reach up, grab onto your right calf with your nose coming towards your knee. You're pulling up, getting that great stretch through your hamstring, but strengthening through the core. Take a deep breath, and then scissor and switch sides. Good, so let's do 5 or 6 more just like that. Let's do 6 more. So pull, pull, switch, and pull, pull, switch. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release down and relax. Good job, you guys. You can rock yourself up to sitting. So hopefully in less than 10 minutes, you got a little stretching and a little bit of core. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, you can subscribe to my channel. There's full playlists in there for yoga for runners, core strengthening, cross training, post-run stretch. And you can certainly send me requests if you have something specific that I can support you with. So thank you so much. Stay flexible, warriors, and go Charm City Runners. See you soon.